morning. My name is Humphrey Thomas. I'm the chairman of the 2014-2015 board of the Chamber, and we want to welcome you on behalf of the Chamber Executive Board. We want to welcome you to the Chairman's Chair. Today we're going to hear from three key partners regarding legislative topics that are very important to Brownsville and the business community. At the end of it, we will have some time for questions and answers for the audience. This time, we'd like to introduce Mike Gonzalez, Executive Director of United Brownsville, who will introduce our panel for this morning.
Well, good morning. We're excited to be here. Thank you, Humphreys, and thank you, Maria, for the Chamber hosting this. As United Brownsville, we work to bring together partners in business, the public sector, and academia to really look at the big problems that are facing our community, and to really understand what we can do to move it forward. And the interesting thing about that, when Maria asked me to do this, I'm like, well, let me spare the audience. Instead of me droning on for about an hour with a PowerPoint presentation at 7:30 in the morning, I was like, well, why don't we do the game show style? Let me bring up three of our partners that we're working with very closely on our legislative agenda. And the neat thing is, as I mentioned to Humphreys yesterday, is almost have the audience be the fly on the wall on some of these conversations we have about where our community is and where we need to go. So, for United Brownsville, we have our, I don't know if everyone's familiar with it, but we have our BuyNet initiative where we're looking at the supply chains going in and out of the maquila industry and how we can create more jobs by kind of inserting ourselves. We're working with BEDC on a new initiative as a talent supply chain. Just how manufacturers have supply chains for products, we want to create the same type of predictability for talent and connect BISD and our community college and the university. So that there's all these things going on, and it's a lot of times when we have these conversations, I was like, it'd be really great if we can find a way to share it, some of the insights. So now we're here, and that's the idea was to kind of just have the back and forth and talk about what we're doing. So what exactly is a legislative agenda? There's a lot of stuff that we're doing here at the local level that frankly we need cooperation and partnership at the state level. So we have the legislative session coming up. They meet every 2 years or every other year for the biennium. So we work to look at the opportunities we have here and work at, well, how do we align with what's going on up at the Capitol and the actions that are happening here? A lot of times we need them to empower them. Sometimes we need them to stay out of the way. But that's really what the legislative agenda tries to do as a community. What are the big topics? And just to mark your calendar, we will be hosting Brownsville Day at the state capitol. It's, I believe, January the 28th, the 27th and 28th. And that's the opportunity where I think last time when we hosted it, we had about 80 folks from Brownsville kind of go up there. And we engaged directly. Last time was pretty big because we had the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the speaker that we met with. So that's kind of what it encompasses. And today we have economic development, education, and at 8 o'clock we'll have Eddie Lucio III, our representative, join us. When I talked to him, he was like, well, I need to drop off my kids at 7:30. You think the crowd would mind if I come in at 8? I was like, Eddie, you can do whatever you want as long as you share the knowledge. So he'll be coming by. And that brings up an interesting thing. A lot of times we forget that our elected officials, they have their lives and they have other priorities, and they're still working to serve our community. So I just thought that was real neat to kind of highlight that.